So let's see here. We're going to we'll just go around a little bit and introduce ourselves, what we want to be addressed outside of the character's name, if it comes up, and a little bit about yourself. It doesn't have to be a big thing or anything. I'll start. As I said, my name's Rick. Been playing D&D or D&D type games for, I don't know, probably like 40 years now. My very first experience was killed the ogre in the Keep on the Borderlands. My cleric Darren bashed him over the head with his mace while he was sleeping. Not a very cleric-y thing to do, but when you're a 12-year-old boy, it seemed like a good thing at the time. And Darren met his end at the tip of a hobgoblin spear not too long after. So I guess he got what was coming to him. And ever since then, I've been kind of hooked on the game. Went through little stretches where I play a lot and other stretches where I don't play so much. Now I just pretty much play online. So I'm currently in a couple games, 1 2E game. I love the players. I don't love the game so much, the 2E part of it. But the DM and the players make it fun, so we won't worry about the system so much. And another one, play a Mystic Thurge in kind of like a third-party campaign, Rise of the Drow. It's pretty fun. Play that on Roll20, which I don't love, but the game I love. So it's nice to meet all you guys formally. Like I've got a rough idea of who you are. I might miss the voice for the first little bit. It might take me a little bit to get used to whose voice is whose. I think I've got it roughly down, but we'll see how it goes. Tal, the Liaidon. Do you want me to say that as your name, Tal Liaidon, or are you good with Tal?
Tall is fine, like tall and short.
Okay. Okay,
Yep,
Tall. Okay.
that's fine. Yep.
And what do we need to know about Tal?
Oh, I've been gaming since Pathfinder's come out. I really like the Pathfinder, especially the 1E rule. Been playing, running, both player, GM. And then, started looking for virtual tables. Look at all different types, different kinds, Roll20, some other ones, and I think eventually just working with the community, Fantasy Grounds. Got to know it better and better under the hood, and it's for virtual table, it's really good.
It's pretty dynamic.
Yeah. I still prefer the classic, but it seems like everyone's moving to Unity because they're supporting that more.
Yeah,
It doesn't really matter to me.
I would have stayed with classic myself, but I couldn't seem to get it to work.
Yeah. Outside of that, I like to RP my characters based on their abilities, and when I build them using the backgrounds and flaws, flesh them out, give them an idea, motivations, and goals that they achieve, and everything in between is just RPing, and trying to flesh the character out from level 1 to whatever level, just to make them, starting green adventurer with nothing to what they can be as a person and as an adventurer and as a hero, whatever. I try to separate myself from sort of like metagaming. I don't like the metagaming aspect of any of stuff. Trying to immerse myself and just really get into it where I can.
Cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Cool. Yeah, I see. Sai has also got an interesting character with a pretty cool drawback too. So, Sai, a little bit about yourself. Am I saying that right? Sai Zoth, or just Sai Zoc?
Close enough. Actually, you did get it right the second time. Very few people actually get that correctly. It's usually Skyzoc that I hear a lot of people say, but it's fine.
Sai Zoc. Okay.
Zoc, technically, but close enough.
Zoc.
As I said,
Zyzok.
it's a made-up word. You don't need to pronounce it correctly because it's made up. If you want a easier to pronounce name, there is my real name, which is just Mark. If you prefer that,
All right.
I am probably the youngest one here, and also the greenest in terms of experience with role-playing games. I started around 3 years ago in 5th edition. My first character was a wood elf monk under the name of Arrow Barum. He was a bit crass, cocky, confident, and looking back on him now, trash. Not the greatest character I've ever made, but hey, first character.
It's better than
He
mine.
he met his end when I had misinterpreted what the DM said. When I hear there was only one trap, my brain interprets you only detect one trap. So I hopped around the room, dodging imaginary traps, while triggering the only one that was really there. I then fell to my death.
It's a memorable story for you.
Yes. When I build my characters, I will admit, I do like to fiddle with them. I like to see exactly what I can make. I believe the more current phrase for those are something like power gamer. I don't prefer to do that I don't like to break the game necessarily. I just like to make quite competent characters who are good at what they do.
Absolutely.
What I want to be good at is fear.
And you are.
Which I hopefully will be in due time. Level 1 can be very rough for anyone, especially a caster, but given a little bit of time, that growth becomes exponential.
Yeah, but when you use a spell at first level, you want it to work.
Oh, definitely.
And you got a pretty good chance of having it work.
Mm-hmm, definitely.
The good thing about that is it doesn't break the game really. But it's effective. I thought it was an interesting choice, and it goes well with your drawback and your kind of the vibe that I'm getting from him. I think he'll fit in nicely with the setting.
I build my characters mechanically first because that I find the easiest.
Yeah.
I then take a bit of time to build them in terms of their actual character, what they want, what they're looking for in the world, how they view everything. That hasn't exactly been set in stone quite yet, but I have a vague idea of what I want. I have not written the backstory yet, but I do have in my head, especially with some of the things that I've taken, the traits I've taken, those have informed quite a few potential things that may have given me my abilities. Like, I will say this thing about Arthur. He was not born a sorcerer. He became one because of things in his backstory.
All right. We will find that out about Arthur as we go. Let's see here. It's either Ray or Alex. Which one of you guys wants to tell us a little bit about themselves?
Well, I'm Ray. I played Pathfinder since it came out, but before that I was playing D&D since 2nd edition back in the mid-'80s as a kid. Took breaks here and there based on what was going on. You know, I am a retired Air Force, so
Okay, cool.
I try to play at the table when I can, but where I currently live, that's difficult. Also, I don't know if I can hear it. I use push to talk on these things, because my dog makes a lot of noise in the background. And I think, I want to hear whining and barking and all that stuff.
We can just pretend it's Tettie.
Yeah. So anyway, with that said, just because I played a long time, there's always something new to learn. Doesn't mean I'm the perfect expert and know everything there's to know. I'm still open-minded, and I make mistakes and can learn too. So I'll use some experience that I have at the table. I am new to the online gaming part. I am a part of another Fantasy Grounds adventure, and the second game was Thursday of last week. So I know somewhat where to click and whatnot, but I am still learning the mechanics in Fantasy Grounds.
Cool.
And I am in a Roll20 game that goes on Sundays, and that's Rise of the Rune Lords. It's one of those ones I want to get checked off, but I call it Curse of the Rune Lords because I can't seem to get in a group that can complete Chapter 1 before exploding. So yesterday was our session 0, so we'll see what happens with that group. Anyway, I'm here to have fun.
Yeah, cool. And that goes along with me too. I've been playing this for a long time, but I don't know all the rules. Like, it's impossible to know all the rules. So if you see something that I'm doing that you know for a fact is wrong, just let me know. I'm not the kind of guy that gets all bent out of joint. Like if I'm doing concealment wrong or anything, it's so hard to remember absolutely all the different little ins and outs. But we'll try our best to get it right for the next time. And
Pathfinder did a great job of slimming down or clarifying some of the 3.5 issues,
yeah,
simplifying some issues. But with a game like this, with so many splat books that are out there, it's gonna be, well, what's the specific rule in that? Yeah, there's a lot.
there's so many things that I haven't read. There's no way to have kept up with all of it. Like even in there's still a lot of 3.5 to Pathfinder bleed through for me.
There are some subtle changes I've learned that between when they made the transition from 3.5 to Pathfinder, they made, okay, this spell in Pathfinder is supernatural ability, but in the other edition, it's a spell-like ability. So yeah, you may not even think about that's an issue until it comes up in table, in the gameplay. So.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll keep a very open mind, and I appreciate you. I appreciate any input you guys have. I'm not like one of those dictator DMs where I'm right all the time. Blah 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 blah. I'm not. There's a lot of things that I can't remember. A lot of things I don't, and I might just ask you guys right out. Does anybody know the rule for this? Just to keep things moving along.
I've never experienced Lankhmar as an adventure path, or even my second edition days. We basically played homebrews, because back in the 80s, we were like, I wasn't allowed to play the game because I was a kid and my parents thought it was satanic. So we were playing it behind, everyone's back. So we weren't using the books. We were using what we could scrounge together. So the published adventures and stuff I never really experienced, and then I moved on to different editions. So I'm anxious to see what this has to offer. For this adventure, I'll be playing a bard, so we'll see how that goes.
Cool. This one here, this is my take on Lankhmar. If you had 15 different people, they would have 15 different takes on it. Something that I've been interested in since it came out. It came out in 1986, so right around the dawn of Dungeon Magazine, this came out. So I'm pretty excited to run it as Pathfinder, because I think Pathfinder's a good fit for it.
I have just been reminded of something.
What's that?
My area isn't exactly the greatest in the world, so if you see me either not respond to something you say immediately or disconnect for a little while, that's why.
Yeah, no problem at all. No problem.
Just want to make sure that is known.
Yeah, no trouble.
Hello, Nasdaq. It seems that you are here.
How's
Hey
that?
guys,
Hey, how are you?
good. I'm logged in, but I'm driving. I'll be home soon.
Okay, sure thing. No problem. Just keep your ears on, and we'll try not to bother you while you're on the road.
Thanks.
Alex, what do we need to know about Alex?
Oh, I don't know. I'm Alex. I go by Alex. You can call me Alex. I've been playing D&D since the 70s and Avalon Hill games since before that. I'm trying something new for this one because I've got a bunch of old Grognard friends that, they're the directors of Dragon Con and they run the game stuff and all that. So when we get together, we power game. No matter what the game system is, we just abuse it. So I'm trying something very different. I'm building something that is not power gaming. I'm trying to, because I told you, I had a couple of business trips down to Florida. I chose to drive because I'm sick of the airport these days. And I listened to the first 2.5 books of Lankhmar on my trip. And, it's just a bunch of short stories with different flavors and things. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I'm going to try and go more story than trying to disturb the GM. So I built a character.
You built a character with stats of all 6. Okay, fair enough.
Well, not that bad. I will say my first D&D character, Mr. Toland, who was a high school teacher, and we had been playing this just friends, the basic box with the grid in the back, and we just do random encounters and have fun. So this teacher found out we played it, and he didn't think we were demonic or devil worshippers. So he ran the game, and my very first character, I rolled a 9 for strength, but I was like, you know what? I want to be a fighter. And ran up against a lion, swatted me dead. So my second character, so it's been a long time. Looking forward to this. Pathfinder's my favorite because, I've got Hero Lab. It's got like 3,000 or 4,000 feats in it. I love fiddling with it. I will build a character out to level 10 or 12 and then back it down to 1. And then I've got a path along the way. But again, I am not going to break the game. I'm going to play a flavored character. So, yeah, that's the basics.
That's just normal. I would argue most people generally do that. They get a rough idea of what they want their character to be up to level whatever. That's fairly normal stuff.
I would argue that you are power gaming, but not in the same way. Power gaming does not mean that you have to build to be a extremely powerful character in combat. Power gaming simply means that you're optimizing towards a specific niche.
Well, I've got another game I'm playing on Fantasy Grounds, and they want you to power game. So,
I understand that. I'm saying building a character such as a character who is really good at being undetected but not good at combat, you are still power gaming to that extent, but you're not exactly a powerful character.
Yeah, I'm not. I get what you're saying. I'm trying not to use the extreme. Like I've seen people at like 3rd level have like a plus 10 or plus 12 to their stealth. To me that's pushing the envelope a bit because it breaks it for the other characters. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Anyway, excited to play.
Excellent. Naz, are you okay to talk for a bit? Just let us know what you're all about, what we can call you, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, sure. Call me Nasdaq. I run a hedge fund, so that's why I like stocks. Yeah, I've been playing forever, Pathfinder since it first came out. Yeah, I always play like a wizard or like cleric oracle type, and I don't know. I'm going a little different. This guy, he's going to be like a combat wizard.
Okay.
Usually not successful, but why not?
All right.
Combat wizard, you mean with sword and spell?
Oh yeah. I've got a crazy like elven spear, and I'm just going to get in there and smash people in the face.
I would love to see how that turns out.
Yeah.
Hopefully well.
Yeah. The simple thing is, if the party has money and I can make scrolls, then I can get a super high armor class, and then I'm fine. If that's not the case, then I'll lunch me.
Yeah, we discussed a lot of this stuff while you weren't with us. The crafting is nerfed in this big time, just because it's
even scribe scroll.
Yeah, it's going to be
okay.
So in order to give you something as opposed to that, I'd let you grab another ability instead. We can look at it though. It doesn't have to be all ironed out tonight. Okay. Yeah. The magic. It's not so much the magic system as it is the economy system. So a gold piece is basically like a platinum piece, and the cost of scrolls, because they're rare, and it's highly controlled in the city. It's so basically everything's going to be times 10.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
the price
then
of milks.
that makes things harder to get. But then it seems like that makes a wizard just more powerful.
It does.
Okay, fair enough.
You do not need magic. Yeah. You do not need magic items. You are the magic item.
We can We can discuss that as we go, though. Okay. This doesn't have to be all ironed out tonight. Tonight's just for fun, getting to know each other, and to start the adventure.
Yeah, and if it's low magic, then maybe a wizard has more chance in combat because the bad guys don't have tons of loot and tons of stuff.
I'd say it's low magic so much as it is
low access.
Yeah, there's a guild of wizards, There's X amount of them in the city, and they control all of the magic. So it's not like you go to Joe's Magic Shop or anything like that. But in Libra's stories, there's a cloak of invisibility. There's a like a veil of true seeing. There's magic. It's just it's presented differently than our normal D&D game. But we'll address that as we go. And like I say, if we find that the system that I've got in place in my head, I haven't really typed it out or anything like that, nerfs it too much, I'll let you make adjustments. I won't take things away from you. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to play this for you because I think this maybe encapsulates the sort of vibe that I'm going to go for. Better than anything I could have written myself. And of course, this is from the creator of Lankhmar. I don't know when he wrote this actual passage. It could be anywhere from the 1930s to the 1970s. But this was his introduction to Lankhmar.
Chapter 1. Induction. Sundered from us by gulfs of time and stranger dimensions, dreams the ancient world of Nehwon, with its towers and skulls and jewels, its swords and sorceries. Nehwon's known realms crowd about the inner sea. Northward, the green-forested fierce land of the 8 cities. Eastward, the steppe-dwelling Mingle horsemen and the desert, where caravans creep from the rich eastern lands and the river Tilth. But southward, linked to the desert only by the sinking land, and further warded by the great dike and the mountains of Hunga, are the rich grain fields and walled cities of Lankhmar, eldest and chiefest of Nehwon's lands. Dominating the land of Lankhmar and crouching at the silty mouth of the river Halal in a secure corner between the grain fields, the great salt marsh, and the inner sea, is the massive walled and mazy-alleyed metropolis of Lankhmar, thick with thieves and shaven priests, lean-framed magicians and fat-bellied merchants. Lankhmar the imperishable, the city of the Black Toga. In Lankhmar on one murky night, if we can believe the runic books of Shilba of the Eyeless Face, there met for the first time
our characters. So we are beginning our campaign at the Last Chance Gaming House.
Well read. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. That was from the audiobook. That was the introduction.
That wasn't you.
No, that wasn't me. No, I'm not.
I'm like, holy shit.
Ray's like, or Alex is like, yeah, he sounds awful like that.
I heard this just a week ago.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, our DM's really getting into this.
So let's see. I'm gonna give you guys my introduction. So the Last Chance Gaming House is in the Tenderloin District.
Am I still on?
Yes, your mic is still on. That's okay. The Last Chance Gaming House is in the Tenderloin District, which is one of the dodgier sections of town. It's a lot of black markets and illegal activity goes on there, as you can imagine. The actual house itself is run by a portly gentleman by the name of Fatty McCome. He is, for the most part, pleasant. He tries to make himself well known to all the people who come to his establishment. A few people actually do some work for Fatty as per their background. And just one thing I wanted to say to Asami in particular, because I believe Asami actually lives there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Okay, so before the night begins, Fatty informs you that anything you want out of your room for this evening, you to bring it with you, because the second floor all the way up to the fourth floor are going to be closed down for the night. He doesn't get into specifics with you, and normally it's not a problem. But tonight, for this one night, those upper floors are restricted to anybody. And he tells all the staff. He tells the cooks, the cashiers, the croupiers. I think only a few of them actually live there. But they all gather what they think they might need for the night. And
Sounds good. I'll be prepared.
okay, so let's see here. So it just so happens that this day, of all days, is the Night of Fear. The Night of Fear. Legend has it that on the day of the bat, in the month of the goat, the gods of Lankhmar roamed the city. They wandered the streets to see if the city's citizens have kept Lankhmar in accordance to their wishes. It is said that anyone found spying them dies horribly. And during the day, on the Night of Fear, Lankhmarts prepare gifts for their temple. The Lankhmarts wear only black togas. The richer Lankhmarts wear only black togas, and all conversations are done in low whispers. It's such a day of bad omens that no business is conducted. That night, all the people of the city stay indoors behind locked doors with weapons near at hand. Not even the thieves willingly venture into the night. We've got Last Chance is a gaming house in the Tenderloin District of the city. What brings you to this house of chance on a night where only the mad would be out on the streets is your business, but you're far from the only one. Dusk is rapidly approaching. The proprietor, Fatty McCome, grins jovially as the bouncer, a giant blonde-haired northerner known as Big Bwalgi, locks the door. Evening, ladies and gents, Fatty chirps in his lilt. Thank you for choosing the Last Chance in this most suspicious of evenings. Nothing worse than spending the night of fear alone, eh? Drink, game, while the hour's away. If you be needing a bed, there's cots set up in the basement. Only the first floor is open this night. Enjoy. If there's anything we at the Last Chance can do for you, come bend me here and we'll see what we can do. And at that point, Big Bwalgi locks the door just as the sun begins to set. And then the people kind of give a little cheer. Oh, hey, we're in for the night. And people start to move around and get comfortable and get themselves situated. So I'm going to give you a description of Last Chance, so you know where you are. I'll give you a So a couple things before we begin. I'm going to send out a couple maps. This one here you don't necessarily need to keep. If you notice that on the bottom of the screen, there's numbers from 1 to 12. I'm not sure what they call those, Tal. But you can drag, like I'm going to send out the Lankhmar map to everybody. This is going to be like the main campaign map. And it's a big one, so you don't have to load it over and over again. Just drag the map into a hotbar, that's what it's called, down at the bottom of your page here. So this is the actual campaign map. I know some of you have already seen it. You notice on there should be some green pins when it actually loads up. Those green pins will give you description. If there's any green pin that you see that you're not able to read the little blurb on there, let me know. I just haven't shared it. If it's green, though, it's meant for you guys. So what you do is you grab the little piezo icon, and it should come up. It says Lankhmar Map Main, and you just drag click it into one of those numbers in your hotbar, and then you'll always have the campaign map down there.
Yeah, so the hotbar is also for things you do often, like if you have a weapon that you use a lot. The only problem with that is once you update your weapon, you have to replace it with, your updated weapon. Otherwise, they're out of sync.
Does that
For example, if you end up having like a magical thing added to your weapon and you didn't update it, the next attack in your hotbar won't reflect that. So you have to constantly kind of keep them in sync by updating them.
does that sync up with when you choose an enemy on the? You control click and choose an enemy.
Yeah, once you select an enemy and you click the hotbar attack, it should do the same thing
targets?
as the action attack.
Okay, cool.
It should. I don't use the hotbar a lot. It's too fussy for me.
I use it for things that I'm going to use a lot, like right there. See, a roll a d30. I've got got a bunch of tables and stuff like that I'll roll on. I've got the Lankhmar map. I've also got the Nawan map that I showed you guys during the introduction. You drag that one into one of your other hotbar spaces. It's helpful for when we start talking about names outside of the city. The big blue circle on there that you see, that's mostly the areas that you guys know if you're from Lankhmar. We haven't got into specific where everybody's from and stuff like that yet. And I don't want to overburden everybody with a ton of information right off the hop. So we kind of learn as we go. But that's the main campaign area. And I
asked about the gray boxes. Are they like open squares or something?
Okay, so those gray boxes are what made the Lankhmar system so cool was those gray boxes are geomorphs. So, and those are like little neighborhoods within that not everybody knows about. Like, you're not going to know every house and every street and stuff like that. So once I determine, for instance, what's in the neighborhood right across the street from, say, the Last Chance, I've got a bunch of maps that fit that. And what I'll do is I'll roll a D4 to see what direction it faces, and I pop that in. And that's part of the city now. I'll give you an example. Let's see here.
So those green pins, which one are we closest?
You see the little blue box?
Okay. Yep.
Yeah,
I see it.
That's where you're going to be starting. So I'll give you an example of a geomorph here. So I've got 12 different geomorphs, and I've got them facing 4 different directions. So I've got potential 48 different game maps to play with, which is kind of cool. Let me just set up a grid on this so you can see what it looks like, and then I'll forward it to you. So as a for instance, this is what those little gray areas look like.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
And I've got 48 different combinations of those.
Got it. Cool.
All right, where were we? The Last Chance. The first floor map on the Last Chance. I believe I've already given Asami the layout of the Last Chance in full.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, she should be pretty familiar with it. What I will do is I'll throw everybody in the combat tracker, not for any particular reason. Is it best to do the combat tracker from the party sheet or from over in the corner where you guys have your characters, Tal?
I think the party sheet is more convenient.
Okay.
Because everything, either way is fine.
Okay. I wasn't sure if there was a better way or a worse way.
It's all linked together, those two. So
it's been a while since I've actually run a game. I don't think I've run a game since maybe February, so I'm a little rusty on the on the mechanics. There we go. We got Baccae in there. How do you guys like to do your initiative for your eidolons and your pets? Just go on the same initiative as you guys, or have them have their own separate initiatives after the initial you set them?
It's up to you. Some like to have each one roll. Other ones say it's the eidolon and the pet goes second. So whatever you would like.
Okay. It's just it becomes a pain if I have to constantly reset their initiative to somebody else's initiative all the time. As opposed,
I would just roll once and then take both characters at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, we can do that.
Yep, we can do that. All right, and I'll just drag y'all on there. And I don't believe... I think I've got the token lock off. So feel free to move around the first floor. There we go. All right, so the last chance. First floor, here we go. So first off, Asami, I imagine you've probably been here for an hour or so at least. Fatty's kind of giving you the layout for the night, what he wants from you. Maybe run an odd card game or dice game, whatever your character might be better at doing. If things get quiet, maybe grace us with a song, that sort of thing. Have an eye out for these two guys over here, Grook and Nohk. They were in about a month and a half ago and caused a little trouble. But Fatty didn't have any reason not to have them in specifically tonight. The trouble wasn't so bad that they're never allowed back in, but just keep an eye on them.
Well, then we'll just move tables. I thought they might be playing cards.
Let's see here. As far as the NPCs that go in the let's read this out here first. Fatty greets almost all of his guests by name at the door. He has a phenomenal memory for names, and if a customer has been there before, he will remember. Various gaming tables featuring card games, games of chance, and dice games of various sorts are located throughout the room. A bar runs along the right, or make that the left-hand wall, and a cashier's cage where money is exchanged is directly in front of you. So I guess, yeah, if you walk in the front door, it'd be to your right. Staircase is in the corner and leads down. The room is bustling and fairly busy. So I'm going to give you pictures of all the different NPCs that are in the room. How long has everybody been here for? See, Nohk, have you been here for a little bit?
Let's see. Nohk has come out from the rain and has been hanging out for the most part of the day, looking for opportunities, finding ways to maybe trade for room.
Okay, so you
hanging out.
Let's just say that you brought down a deer early this morning outside the city gates.
Okay.
On the way back in, of course, you had to pay the gate guards
How much?
Your iron tick. It's one iron tick at the marsh gate, and at nighttime, it's one bronze eagle. But tonight, of all nights during the year, is the one night that the marsh gate is going to be closed. So the guards, they try to shake you down for a little bit more, but you've seen them. You've seen them before, and they recognize you, and they try to charge you for Tettie. And
Tettie just kind of scrounge around, doesn't make herself sort of like visible.
Oh, okay.
The way that I play Nohk Ka and Tettie is Tettie sort of like an animal that seemingly she doesn't know, but she knows Tettie. So Tettie kind of looks like it fends for like a wild animal, but that's how she gets Tettie to go around town, is not connected but connected.
Okay.
So if Tettie gets in trouble, if someone chases Tettie down, she'll defend Tettie, but for the most part, she just lets Tettie kind of stays nearby like a wild animal if anyone perceives her.
Okay, and let's say that for this night, for the small deer that you brought down, Fatty's more than willing to trade you 2 weeks room and board.
Okay, sounds good. He wants the whole deer?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can skin it and sell the skins as extra
Okay.
if you want.
Did you say 2 weeks?
2 weeks, yeah.
All right, sounds good. 1 deer, 2 weeks. Nice.
So he introduces you to a gentleman. So let's show everybody what Fatty looks like. You're greeted at the door by Fatty sometime this afternoon, sometime before the door locked out completely. This is the you know him as, you think he's the owner. He's here all the time. He does all the owner type things. Asami might know a little different, but maybe she doesn't. Depends
From
on
what you sent me, I know, but that doesn't mean I'd volunteer that information to every single person I meet.
Yeah, exactly. So that's Fatty. How do you say the name?
Nohk Ka.
Nohk Ka. Okay. So Nohk Ka is introduced to Wan Phao, the cook.
Okay.
He
Cool.
is this gentleman here. He is from the east in Naywan. Naywan is the name of the world, the game world. If you spell it backwards, it spells out know when instead of know where. It was kind of Lieber's little joke on he didn't want to get all bogged down in histories and stuff like that.
Yeah. Where's that on the world map?
On the world map, he's from a place called even Morency. That is far to the east, across the Eastern Sea. Let's see here.
Okay. Land of the East is where he's from?
Yeah, you see a bunch of cities there.
Yep. Okay.
Even Morency is the furthest one to the right.
Cool.
You get a little,
Yep, I see it.
a little blurb of that place because it's fairly well known.
Okay.
The Empire of Ava Morency. Once a great empire, the culture has decayed. Its capital city is all that remains of its former grandeur. Its decadence is so extreme that all men and women, even creatures living within the city, are completely hairless. That's its claim to fame. And he is from there.
And the kitchen is where on the in map? Towards the back?
The kitchen, it should be behind the bar or to the south of the bar.
Alright, so I'll be hanging out, like, maybe outside tending to the deer. Maybe it's, like, hung up upside down for bloodletting or whatever.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you can do that in the kitchen, but once the doors close, that's it.
Oh, okay, we have to be inside. Alright.
You have to be inside for the night. Big
Alright.
Big Bwalgi, who is in charge of that sort of thing, he is... Let's see here. This gentleman. He is the chief of security, head bouncer. He stands about 6.5 feet tall. And he is pretty jacked. He doesn't say a whole lot. He's got a thick northern accent. Asami, you know him reasonably well. And you also know he doesn't talk too much. So when the night starts, after he closes the door, he comes back and he plants himself right here at the door to the stairs. After locking the kitchen door for the stairs completely down. So nobody from the first floor up. It's all off limits. Is that something that Asami would be interested in? Because this hasn't happened before. Or we just kind of go with the flow.
I think she's probably more worried about losing her room for the night and wondering how the night's going to progress.
Okay.
But also keep an eye on who all's in the room.
Yeah, it was going to be assumed that you were going to be working throughout the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I figured I'd be at this table, and if the opportunity presents itself, maybe perform if it seems appropriate.
Okay, great. And there's a couple other people there. There's probably like 6 or 7 other Lankhmars that are fairly nondescript. We won't get into every different name and every different face. The NPCs, the lady running the cage is named Alana. She is the E that's on the gaming map. She sits in there. She's got her little booth, and she basically just makes change for people, counts out winnings, that sort of thing. There are 4 other fairly regular people. There's these 2 old guys at the bar. They're always seated at seat number 1 and 2 at the bar every day, almost every night. They're there for the night. It's Staldor and Waldriff, and they're the comic relief. The 2 other noteworthy NPCs are Grook, who is he's the strong silent type of the pair, Nohk and Grook. Nohk is the more verbal. He's a gambler. Some would say that he is connected with the guilds, whether that's the Thieves Guild, which is it's basically the mafia, but it runs openly in Lankhmar. They control pretty much all the crime. Or the Slayer's Brotherhood, which provides security, thugs, assassinations, everything that involves a knife is Slayer Brotherhood related. You're not sure which guild these gentlemen are connected to, but there's rumors that they are quote-unquote guild members. So it doesn't necessarily make them the most dangerous people in the room, but it definitely makes them stand out a little bit from the other normal people that are just in here whiling away the evening. And of course we have Zed and his friend. Has Zed already summoned?
Yeah, Zed works in the gambling area here in the daytime. She's never with him in the daytime, but he'll go out and come back because he can get, food a little cheaper. Because it's often nighttime when he heads back, she's with him.
Okay.
They never seem to, seems very platonic. He goes out of his way to keep drinks out of her hand. You can see she tries to steal things from time to time, but he's here tonight with a couple of iron, whatever they are.
Iron tests.
Yeah, he's going to see if he can't stretch it out for the night, gambling, because, working at the tables, he's got a little skill. He's not trying to cheat. But he'll spend the night just trying to go up or down a couple of whatever's below that. Nothing big.
Gotcha. Arthur, what your over here, just kind of lingering by the cage, or is...
So we cannot see all these tokens they're talking about.
Oh, you can't? They're
They have to use your mouse wheel to scroll in.
I am looking at the correct map, correct? I am looking at the correct map, yes? I was sent Carter Street.
yeah.
I do not see what you're talking about.
I don't think it's Carter Street. I think it's the bar. You have a map
Yeah.
of the bar that says, I don't know what it says at the top there.
Yeah, it says Carter street level.
Oh, okay.
Strange, I do not see what you're looking at.
Okay.
I see the map itself, but not the tokens on it.
Can't see any of the tokens?
No, not a single one.
Okay. Maybe it's do they have, if I've got things loaded from a bunch of different resources, do they have to have those loaded from those resources, Tal?
If everyone else can see, I wonder why. Perhaps close the map and the GM can reshare it.
Yeah, let's try.
I was thinking that. I was thinking that might fix the issue.
Okay, let's try that.
If we can all see the tokens, you should be able to as well, unless if you're not refreshed somehow.
Let's
Your computer.
I'll do a resend here. Let's try that.
No, I still do not see anything. This is confusing.
Okay, well, we'll have to get that sorted out.
Do not understand why. Is there something on my end that's wrong? There must be.
I don't know.
I'm logging back in.
I could try logging back in, yes.
Well, while we're talking, you can try to do that, see if it helps.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's maybe the resources aren't loaded. Like this, if I have something loaded from, say, for instance, the, I don't know, one of the player's guide core rule, or let's say for instance, I have the
No, I don't think that's the case. Is anyone else having that issue? The same thing? Not seeing the tokens? It might be a refresh thing, because if we're all able to see it and one player's not, it might be a refresh thing.
I see the tokens. I even moved my own token.
Okay. Like say I have something loaded from the Wrath of the Righteous Player's Guide, and the other party doesn't have that loaded. It should still show up, right?
The other party meaning what?
Meaning Psy.
No, I mean, if you have a resource that you load on the map, right, and everyone else sees it, but one player doesn't,
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense to me. It's probably a refresh thing, because if we all can see it.
Still do not see it.
Huh. Odd. And the title of the map is LCIF Nogrid or something, right?
Yep.
Is that what you have?
Yeah, it's LCIF Nogrid.
Okay.
And you're not seeing... Huh.
I'm not seeing a single token. I see the map itself.
Okay.
You see the
Curious.
W and the E, or the where the tables are.
You see our
W and
tokens?
E, I see the tables themselves. No, I see none of those. In fact, I will show you
Yeah,
what I see.
you only see the... Oh, that's curious. I wonder if it's your preferences, your options. Is something going on? Let me see. Game,
I
combat.
see the naked map.
Right. Let me see. Perhaps your options is... Okay, so go into your options.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps some settings are... So at the bottom it says tokens.
Bottom it says tokens.
In the options, so towards the right top corner, there's a little cogwheel. If you click on that, that's your options. Fantasy Grounds options.
Yes, I see token.
Right.
Token
I'm just exploring here. I'm not sure what's on or off. Let's see. House rules overlay. Let's see. Chat. Target. Facts. Yeah, I don't know what option, so that might not help. Let me think about this for a second. We'll keep moving. I'll look on the forum. I'll see what's going on.
Okay. We'll try and get it ironed out. That's what these first games are good for. If worst comes to worst, we can always theater the mind it for just for side kind of thing. Let's see here. So, what would Arthur be doing in the little gaming room?
I noticed that on the map I'm being shown from Alex's point of view, I feel like he would be at that little lone table in the center by himself, just sort of sitting there, messing around with a couple of cards. Not exactly playing much. It seems that not many people are willing to sit down with him to play, but he's there sitting there quietly, just counting the cards, basically just keeping himself busy.
Okay. Luna,
Yes.
were you able to follow along, Nas?
Yes.
Okay, so Luna is in the. Let's see here. I don't know if that map made it out to you or not. How's everything loading up for you?
Well, everything's fine.
Okay.
I do I need a token
Yeah.
for my guy?
I'm just gonna pop it right on the map for you.
Okay.
There you go. Showed up okay?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, so the situation is basically this night. There's nothing else really open in the city except for this place and who knows what else. You're out. Your reasons for being out are your own. You can share or not share. I've given the preamble for everything. Fatty's behind the bar. He's running back and forth, serving drinks to people. We won't worry about keeping a tab or anything like that on your characters and how much you drink and this and that. If you feel like having games against each other and stuff like that, that's cool. Anything else that you might want to be doing, can let me know.
Okay. No, I'm just scoping everything out, laying low because tonight's kind of crazy.
Okay, so Fatty, has he met anybody before other than Asami, Nohk Ka, and perhaps even Arthur?
Zed, because he works in the table area.
Yeah, Zed. Okay, definitely. Okay, so Zed's working there as well. All right, great. All right, so Fatty kind of sidles up to Luna, and he says, "Good to know you, Luna. Good to know you. Good to see you. You make it out tonight, Zed. Everything going well, lad?
Going well.
Well, things are good.
Good stuff. Good stuff." All right, and then he just makes his way around the room. Arthur, see you made it in. Good to see ya. Good to see ya. He stops over. He says a little something quietly to Walgie. He makes
Question for you as the DM.
Yes.
Did you add a lighting effect to my token?
I don't believe I added lighting effects to anybody's token.
Okay, because I'm seeing things that say something about not having special senses like dark vision.
Okay.
And having to share the map again to show in the player's view. Not seeing much to help.
I've got line of sight disabled. I've got player vision disabled. Let's see here.
I posted something directly. I DM you in Discord. It might not be a fix for tonight, but just look into that. It might be the issue.
Okay, I will.
Is there lighting enabled on the map?
I got all the player vision and stuff turned off. The line of sight stuff is turned off.
On the maps themselves. Oh, wait, I see the tokens, but not the map anymore.
Yeah, so now I turned the lighting on.
Oh, now I can see it.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Just had to turn the lights on and off.
Flick the lights.
Have you tried turning it on and off?
That appears to have worked this time. All right, now I can see. Excellent. We may continue uninterrupted.
All right. Fatty's just making his way around the room, dropping off drinks. Gives these guys a behave yourself tonight, boys. They grumble a little bit. They're playing with a croupier and a couple other people that you've not seen before. So Nohk Ka, Wan Fowles, he's just in the back. He's prepping the deer along with you. He's getting ready to start cooking some things up. He seems like a pretty jovial fella. He's kind of singing to himself, and he looks like he's this little room here. He knows it like the back of his hand.
The which room? Where I am?
Yeah, Wan Fowles. You guys are in the kitchen.
Okay. All right. I should certainly hope that he would know the room well. That's his domain.
Yep.
So does he look like he's pretty good with taking the deer apart?
Oh yeah. He's
Okay, all right. So I'm looking on with probably like maybe learning things, seeing how he's doing it differently than I would normally do.
And he's talking away to himself. Sometimes he catches himself talking in Avon Moranci. That's his language. He kind of goes back and forth. He's fairly fluent with the common tongue, but every once in a while he'll throw a few sentences in. As he's mostly just narrating what he's doing to himself.
Yeah.
As he kind of sings along and stuff like that. Elena in the cashier booth, she just kind of sits there. She's got a gruff look on her face pretty much most times. At some point during the game, that's Nohk. Nohk starts yelling at Grug that he's costing him money. So Grug just kind of pushes his chair into the table and just stands back against the wall. He's got a drink in his hand, and he's got kind of a glum look, but he's staring daggers into the back of his friend's head. You're assuming they're friends. They've been here before together on several occasions. So, and then he's back to playing with a few other people that are there. And the night's just rolling along. Do you guys have anything in particular you want to do?
Yeah, you said the two older people are at the bar. The other two bars.
Yeah, you see the bottom two stools. The one right in front of where Fatty is, and the one to the quote unquote south. They're just sitting there. They're drinking, telling stories, talking to Fatty. They're there constantly. They're there when the place doesn't really close down specifically, but they're probably there 12 to 16 hours a day. And mostly they just sit and drink and eat and talk to Fatty.
Tettie at one point had snuck into the inn, and she's like, she's hiding either under the stairs or the tables or something. And then once in a while, Nohk Ka will throw some meat to keep her, whatever, scrap to keep her in place, so she's not running around scrummaging, showing herself.
Okay.
So Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say that Fatty would definitely know that there's a badger in his place.
So
he's okay with
said,
it. He
with that said,
he
I'm
kind of
going to
likes
attempt a
Tettie.
stealth check.
Okay.
Boom. So Teddy's trying as hard as she can to stay away from anyone's sight by hiding in certain spots
Okay.
and just munching on scraps.
He definitely knows that she's with you and she's okay.
Okay, so all right, cool. So with that said, Nohk Ka cannot go to the door to the east, right?
No,
She's gonna
that's
go
locked
around, just to, just go sit somewhere, not with a bunch of people. This guy looks like kind of weird, just hanging out. Is there windows in this place?
No, just
There
are
they be closed.
there are upstairs actually, but the first floor is no windows.
All right.
It's a typical casino.
So in order to get a little RPing going, I'm gonna give myself a little description to everybody. Kind of a 5'7", 5'8", half orc looking, kind of athletic looking female with a bow on her back. Let's see. She talks with a little gruff, funny voice like this, but she doesn't talk often. And then she moves around. She tries to keep to the shadows. Not, like hide in the shadow or anything. She's just trying to, go along the wall and she looks very perceptive. She's like looking around all the time. Not in a nervous way, but just studying stuff. All right. So that's what she does. And which one of the Eidolon, does Eidolon look female-like, exactly like the picture? Like the eyes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She's red hair, green eyes, and just looks very mischievous.
All right, so it looks a little bit too refined to approach, so she's going to go across the room, and she's going to hang out and try to make conversation with this one over here in the southeast corner.
You see Baccae kind of looking, if you're walking with something in her hand, like a drink or something, she's just staring at your goblet, not you. And she seems to be more concerned with what people are imbibing. And every so often I just put a hand to stop it so that we don't have anything.
All right. Okay, so unless if you want me to RP, I'm just going to make little talk with this
Sounds
female
like
character over there.
you had been in the room or in this place before, so you'd probably seen Asami in here doing something, helping out. So some degree of familiarity, even if we don't know well.
Right. Still small talk, hey, see any rabbits lately running around? Good catch. Oh, that rain's been going forever, huh? Yeah.
It does rain in Lankhmar a lot. It's kind of Londonish, the fog and the rain. So what I'm going to base the weather on.
You mentioned that your character was very perceptive and that they're looking around a lot.
Yeah, she seems perceptive. Whether she makes a check or not, that's another story.
Because I actually do have something that, if you could make a little spot check. I assume.
Oh my god!
I assume
check.
it's
That's like version
I assume
3.2.5 or 3.
Yeah, 3.5.
that's third edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's third edition.
Look at that.
I'm assuming this is a decently lit room.
Yes.
Yeah, as you're, I assume you're basically glancing around, eyeing up everyone just to get a general gist of what's going on here.
Shirt label, it's
the young
sticking out. I'm just gonna push it back in, okay?
Yeah, the young lad who's sitting by himself, something strikes you as very odd about him, particularly the fact that his shadow seems to be weird. It's a little lanky,
It's showing
almost
different shape
kind of
than what he is.
It's a strange shape. It's kind of lanky, a little imposing, and spiked. It does not seem natural.
Also, with that perception check, you notice that when Arthur when that young man that they're talking about, when he kind of leans back a little bit, Walgie's hand goes to his axe, which is not on him, it's not on his person. It's just propped up against the wall. So Walgie is also, he's on edge a little bit. So say Arthur.
Does he keep glancing towards the stairs?
No, that door is actually locked behind him. He's sitting in front of the locked door. More like half standing on a stool kind of thing. And his big axe is sitting beside him. You notice that every once in a while when Arthur shifts, his hand just reflexively just creeps towards his axe. He doesn't grab it, doesn't pick it up or anything like that. It's more like a reflex. Maybe a bestial kind of reaction.
Aside from his strange shadow, the boy himself seems to he's just sort of sitting there, just quietly thinking to himself. He doesn't seem anywhere near as perceptive as you are, because he doesn't seem to notice you either watching him or Big Walgie's movements.
Does it seem quiet in here? Like, does Asami feel like there's an expectation for her, or does she feel like...
No, Asami hasn't noticed anything like that, but Nohk Ka has noticed a little tension in the bouncer. Asami knows is that this is a strange, like, she's never been here before on the Night of Fear, but so she doesn't know if this is normal or not. But having the upstairs restricted is abnormal. Like, I don't know how long she's been working here for, probably several months.
Right, that's what I figured as well. This is the first time she's been asked to bring her downstairs.
I have no idea what the bouncer's problem is.
You don't even know that he knows. He's maybe just sensing something imperceptibly.
I thought I heard Nohk Ka sense the bouncer.
Yeah, Nohk Ka definitely notices that the bouncer is reacting to something. She's not even sure if he knows that he's reacting to it.
Okay,
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like just a reflex that she's
she
noticing.
sees something, but she doesn't quite understand what it is.
Yeah. So the night goes on. People talk. People get to know one another. Games of chance are played. That sort of thing. No real trouble. After about an hour, Groot gets invited back to the table after Nohk goes on a little winning streak. And he's rather loud about it. He's one of those guys that as soon as you meet him, you instantly don't like him. When he wins, he's very in your face about it. When he loses, he's a poor loser.
I think he's cheating.
You can watch him. He doesn't seem to be cheating.
Okay.
But he goes on a little winning streak, and he's like, "Yeah, okay," right? And he even gives Groot some money to play and stuff like that. And as that little scene is going on, the din of the room is interrupted by a dull banging on the door and multiple raps, followed by a cry of a female-sounding voice. "Help! You must let me in. Please open your door." And Fatty nods to Big Walgie as the Northerner nods back. He abandons his stool in front of the door to the upper floors, and he hefts his axe in one hand while producing a ring of keys in the other. As he gets to the door, Another round of thuds hits the door as the muffled shout for help continues. Please, I beg of you, let me in. The calls for help stop as the northerner rattles the keys in the lock and twists, leaving the keys in the door as he pulls it open. He lifts his heavy axe slightly with his other hand. You guys wish to do anything? Any reaction?
The young lad seems to have been broken out of his stupor as he's now attentive to what's going on here. He's not doing anything specifically, but he is watching to see what happens.
Did we have to check our weapons at the door, or we have our weapons?
You guys have your weapons.
Okay, I'll pull out my spear.
Okay.
Like I'll like stand up and just hold it like a walking stick.
Okay. As the door opened fully, tendrils of fog creep into the room like fingers of darkness and surround a hooded...
Oh no, is this that short story?
surround a hooded figure standing in the doorway. Soft pale hands go to the hood as Big Boggy steps aside and motions for the figure to enter. The cowl pulled back reveals black tresses framing a lovely pale face. The young woman steps into the room and says, "Thank you ever so much for letting me in." She starts to quiver some as you can clearly see that the woman has been crying. She moves unsteadily into the room and her legs buckle, but Big Boggy reaches out a powerful arm and helps steady her as he leads her over to a chair. Fatty rushes over with a glass of water and a damp cloth and says, "Are you harmed, miss? What madness led you to our door this of all nights?"
I stand up with Baccae and we go over there, tensely, because I've got a bad feeling. We're not going to be surprised.
So say she's sitting right around here.
All right.
Blog is there, and
Casually talk to Nohk Ka. I wonder what this commotion is about.
Let's do that.
all right. The woman's rather beautiful. Once she recovers her faculties, she says, "My name is Maria." Beneath her dark cloak is a lavish gown with a low neckline. She's in her early 20s with dark hair, bright eyes, and a trim figure. "Thank you for letting me inside. I've been consumed with fear, and now I must throw myself on your mercy for aid and succor." Maria rubs her bloodshot eyes and tries to fight off the tears that are rapidly welling up. Her hands begin to tremble again.
The clouds aren't in here, right? The fog stayed out when we shut the door?
Yeah, the fog stayed. It was just the night fog in Lankhmar is thick enough that the mist would enter the room.
Okay. I'm just thinking of the tendrils that do
No.
other things.
No, it's not the what's that movie, Stevie?
No, this was a story in one of the books I listened to.
Oh no, not the hate. No, it's just for effect. The fog.
Okay.
Does the character look familiar? Is it someone that Asami may have seen before in town?
Nobody here. So Fatty asks her again, "What brings you out in this of all nights?" And she says, "You see, I was being driven home to be with my father by a business associate of his when he made improper advances. When I protested and refused him, he grabbed me and I tried to fight him off. He called out and the carriage stopped. He pushed me from the carriage into the streets. I've wandered the alleyways of this neighborhood for what feels like hours now, knocking on doors and calling for help. That's when I felt it. There's something fell out there. I stopped calling out and began to run. I cowered for a time in an alleyway, and that's when I saw the light from the door." She motions back to the door that Big Boggy has closed once again.
Does Maria have a token?
Can't see it?
I do not see it.
Do not see it?
Weird. Try turning the light on and off again. I wonder if that works again.
Yeah, well.
There she is.
Here's her portrait. I don't know if that came through or not.
Yeah, I see her portrait.
Okay. So she has like a bout of tears and cries and her hand shaking. She's visibly upset. She recovers herself just enough to say, please help me return to my father's house in the Cash District. For those of you in the know, the Cash District is where the rich people live. The rich people who aren't nobles. My father is dreadfully ill, and I'm certain he is beside himself with worry, as I am long overdue. There's nobody at the house to care for him, and he's so frail these days. If someone guides me home this night, I'm certain my father will reward him handsomely. I carry some clout with the Moneylenders Guild. Please, I beg of you. Maria looks around the room to the crowd that has gathered around her, and her lips begin to quake. Take me home.
How far is it to that district?
It's about a 20-minute walk. Depends on what part of the district. The district runs from... I'll give you a brief description of the district from the map. Let's see, Cash District is where? There we go. Okay, the Cash District. Some of the wealthiest people in Lankhmar live and work in the Cash District. Bankers, moneylenders, and money changers share the streets with fences, loan sharks, and pawn shops. This is the district of shady deals and operators, as well as high finance and wealthy patrons. And it is, if you guys go down Carter Street to Cash Street and then head towards the River Halal, that takes you to the Cash District. You're on Carter Street as it is. Cash Street is 2 major thoroughfares down.
Well, I'm bored and I probably lost a couple of irons, so yeah, okay.
Let's go.
Anybody else? Yep.
Let's go. I'm in.
Either that or we shove her out the door and lock it. I'm okay with either. We'll help her. I think we can probably look around and see a few folks that are interested in doing something that's less boring than being heckled by the old guys on the stool.
Grook and Nohk look like they might have an interest in this, but they're just kind of waiting to see if they get any volunteers. Zed has stood up and volunteered. Anybody else?
Yeah, Arthur at some point picked up a book and was reading it. Considering this large commotion, he's going to, at this point, he has closed his book and is going to stand up and go ahead and volunteer as well. Though he will mention, are you sure it's a good idea to do this now? You know what day it is, don't you?
I do. It's dreadful out there, but I do need to get home. My father's so ill.
Why were you so late? I mean, why were you so late out there on tonight of all nights? It's not like this was a hidden event.
I thought my father's business associate, he was, his name is Luke. I thought he was taking me home. Instead, he had other ideas. And
okay, gotcha. You mentioned that. I buy in. I'm good.
Is your father so frail we have to go now? Can you not wait until the next day?
I'm so worried about my father. I don't know if he'll make it through the night without his medicine.
Can we do an insight to see if we think she's fine?
Absolutely.
May as well roll, but I'm probably not going to do well.
Let me find my sheet. Yeah, I got so many overlays. All right. Is this the first roll of the night?
This could be the first roll of the night. So
is it perception?
It's a sense motive.
Sense motive. Okay. Oh, All right, well,
Link
we'll
10.
try it. Oop, did that roll? Did I not do it right?
Just double click it on your skill sheet. Let's see here.
Let me try it again. I usually just throw it in the. All right,
Anyone can roll
Yeah,
sense motive
you
now.
can also drag it over as well.
all right. I believe her. She seems real.
Seems
Seems
legit.
like we're all believing her.
She's visibly upset. It's if this is a play act, she's extremely skilled, more skilled than Asami has seen anyway. It's, her hands have trembled to them. It looks like she was traumatized by the person who tried to force himself on her that she wasn't expecting, and then they threw her out of the carriage, which further traumatized her on the night of fear. Probably just before the sun went down. So she's been trying to find a place that would take her in for the last couple hours, and then on top of that, she sensed that something's out there. She felt like she was being followed.
Uh-oh. See, you had me until that line.
She felt like she was being stalked. She hid in an alleyway, and then she saw the light and came over.
Baccae looks at me disappointed, and I'm like, okay, we'll help. We'll help.
How well lit is the street in a rainy night like this with the fog going on?
This street is not lit up at all tonight. Normally there's in front of all the businesses, they'll keep a lantern out, stuff like that, to light up. So, but tonight of all nights is the night that everything is dark. There's an extremely thick fog that has settled in over the city. Combine that with all the smoke from all the houses heating their homes. It's probably about, I don't know what this is in Fahrenheit, probably like low 50s in Fahrenheit.
Pretty cold, pretty chilly.
Yeah, it's the 25th of November in London, kind of. That's the vibe. And there's a thick fog that it's hard to see 50 feet in. It was so thick that you could see it billow into the room when she came in.
Is the fog thick enough that it snuffs out light from like lanterns?
No, you can still see them normally. But
Okay.
anything beyond 40 feet, even with dark vision, it's still going to be concealed.
Well, if what you say is true, then we'd best hurry. As the boy stands up, you notice that while some of those who saw his shadow saw that it was a bit imposing, the boy himself isn't really. He's around 5'6", maybe 5'7", and he looks to be around his late teens.
Bespectacled, as in your picture?
Yeah, he is spectacled. He has the combed back, like brown hair, brown eyes. He's a bit less regal than the token. He's a bit more common than that, but he's not in rags. He's in decent clothing.
Carrying any visible weapons?
No, actually. He does not carry any weapons. He also does not seem to carry any component pouches. He does have a backpack, basically off to the side on the floor, and a couple bandoliers strapped to him.
Yeah, sorcery and wizardry isn't so common that you would notice whether a person's carrying a component pouch or something like that. But you would also...
I meant that more for the wizard in the party, who probably would look for that.
Actually, between all of you would actually notice, because everybody has some sort of spellcasting ability. So you would all notice that. But it's not something that a common person, where it's prevalent enough that a common person in Lankhmar would be able to pick out a sorcerer or a wizard or something like that, unless sorcerers and wizards traditionally deform after using dark magic for a long time. It has an effect on them, a physical effect. Those people tend to segregate themselves away from society, and they're just pretty much just with guild business, and they tend to keep to themselves. But that sort of the Sorcerer's Guild controls all sort of magic within the city. If they find out that people are practicing magic, you're going to probably be approached by somebody at some point. It's the same with thieves. The Thieves Guild is powerful enough that freelance thievery is frowned upon, and those people are dealt with. Either you join the guild or you go about it in a dangerous way. But it's not so prevalent that someone would look at somebody and go, "Oh, that's probably a sorcerer," unless the person had like a pretty foul reputation and was like a hunchback kind of figure that has been using dark magic for years and years and years.
Someone who looks like Merlin.
Someone who looks like I don't even know if there's characters, and I'll try and think of an example. But yeah, in the first Lankhmar story, Alex, the Hristmilo, the hunched over wizard with the rat kind of familiar. He had kind of like a rat-like face.
All right, let's go help the lady.
Well, it would be safety in numbers, so the more that joined, the less likely something bad could happen, or the more easily we could work together to get through it. So I'll step up and help.
Fatty says, "This is good of you. This is good of you. I won't forget this. I consider this a favor to myself as well. I appreciate this, and know that you'll always be welcome here if you help this young lady."
Okay, let's go.
So I imagine that the party gears themselves up and they go outside with her.
Is anybody not going? All right.
There's no objections.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe we should split the party. Yeah, we'll wait.
Nothing bad can happen. No.
Let's go knocking. What's this building over here? As you prepare to escort Maria out into the fog-ridden night, you notice various patrons of Last Chance look at each other solemnly, shaking their heads. People who are about on the night of fear frequently do not return. One elder patron says. The older man next to him nods in agreement. The two old guys trying to throw a fright into you. They look a little serious, more serious than normal though.
Yeah, Arthur, assuming Arthur hears that, he does smile back at them. I have little left to fear anymore. I'll be fine.
All right. So Big Bwalgi. Fatty helps Maria up and gets her settled and puts her cloak on over her head. He says to her, tell I wish your father well, and tell them that he's always got a friend in Fatty McCome. If you could see to it that he ever gets a chance to drop by if he's feeling up to it. I'd appreciate it, and hopefully these good folks see you home in a timely manner. And he kind of shoots a glance at Grook and Nohk, like, don't even think about getting up. You're not going out. I don't know. Like, it's kind of like I think I know what you guys might be thinking. and they were sort of kind of adjusting their gear a little bit. Grook's got like a club, for lack of a better word, and Narc has you've seen the butt of a knife under his shirt. And they kind of sort of adjusted themselves, like they might be coming along too. But Fatty shot them a glance as if like to say, "Don't even think about it. You're not going. I don't know what you might have planned, but not tonight." And
I need protection here.
no, he's got all the protection he needs. Big Bwalgi. A couple of you who have spent any time here before have heard the story of Big Bwalgi and his axe. He's one of the more feared characters on this street. So Fatty's not too worried about that, but he was worried about this Grook and Narc character coming out into the night with you guys and maybe causing mischief. But he shut that down. Okay, so you guys, Big Bwalgi opens the door. Do you guys need to do any preparations or anything before you step out into the night?
Arthur's going to go ahead and, out of his backpack, he's going to pull out a lantern that he's going to ignite so that he can see out there.
Okay, yeah. Fatty also has a few spare lamps, if anybody wants them.
A light spell that I can just keep doing if you want once we're outside.
Okay.
It's up to you. If you want to burn the oil, go for it.
What is the on cantrips? The attitude of that?
It's not unheard of to make.
I do it outside, not inside, once the door shuts.
Like you've all seen street magicians make things glow and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you could carry the lamp, and I'll just put a light inside of it so people don't know.
I'll go to the restroom.
Up to you.
And cast mage armor.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right, into the night.
I will grab a lantern if one is being offered.
Yep, they have. Fatty gets Wen Fad to bring out several from the kitchen. He'll light them all up for you if you want. Whoever wants to be carrying a light source can carry one. All right, Lankhmar, city of thieves, city of adventure. On the night of fear, it's a city of mystery and danger, when the very gods of Lankhmar have been known to roam the streets. A dense fog blankets the Tenderloin, where no honest man goes at night, and where no sane man walks this night. The silent, shrouded streets seem still and soft. Footsteps, a clacking against the cobblestone, a cowled figure in the fog. These are the sights and sounds of a night when the air of Lankhmar is tinged with the scent of death. Or is that just the salty sea air? And you did see a figure. You saw a figure, what seemed to be across the road. Let's just... everybody see where we are on the city map? I'll just do a quick share in case you guys don't have it up. You'll see a blue square.
The last chance?
Yes. So directly across the street from that, there's an alleyway that heads into a neighborhood, and you could hear the sounds of footsteps, and it seemed like a cowl figure was retreating into that alleyway.
How far away is that?
That is exactly 60 feet.
Okay. Well, keep moving along.
Okay, so you guys heading... you guys going to go south along Carter Street?
I assume most people here know their way.
So she'll tell you, Maria tells you that her father's home is at the corner of Craft Street and Gold Street. Craft and Gold, for those who aren't...
see if she's full of shit.
It's right there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Got it.
See, craft.
So, what is the more used route? Atheist Avenue or Craft?
Oh, pardon me. Cash and Gold Street, not Craft.
Oh, cash and gold. Okay.
Cash and Gold. My bad.
Cash. Oh, Cash is
there
down
it
there.
is.
Yes.
Gold is down there. Okay.
Yeah. Cash is one street down.
So what would be safer? Going kind of across the north end of Atheist and down Gold? Or going down Carter and Cash? Or take Craft and one of the side roads? What do we think would be the best, safest route? The widest streets.
Carter and Cash are definitely Carter's probably the biggest street in the entire city.
It sounds like a plan then. Let's do it where we have plenty of space around us.
And Cash Street is it's one of the longer thoroughfares that goes east and west.
You don't see
Maybe
gold.
someone
Street.
ducked into a small street or something.
Yes, there was it seemed like a cowled figure ducked into the alleyway across from the Last Chance and perhaps disappeared into that neighborhood across the street.
Yeah, so Nohk Ka won't follow, but she'll just quickly go to the opening of that street and make that perception check.
Okay. And Asami, you can give you know that this neighborhood here, there was a fire a couple months ago, and that a building in the middle of the neighborhood, like a large home, burned down to the ground.
Is that the direction that
That's right here.
saw the?
I'll put an arrow on here. Into there.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, that looks like it was where the fire was what you said, weeks ago, right?
Yeah, a couple months ago.
How where they found the two ladies burned to death? Again, from the book.
Oh no, that was down here.
Oh, okay.
You would know this area too. This is the Silver Eel right here.
Got it. Okay.
Did Nohk Ka catch a glimpse of the cowled figure?
No, but she can hear him running through the open field.
Okay. She will go back to our guest of honor and try to describe the cowled figure. See if that was one of the person who accosted her.
It seemed very humanoid. Didn't seem to be anything supernatural about it. It seemed like maybe it was somebody skulking about. But it definitely appears like they were watching The Last Chance and when you guys all filed out.
But it's not one of the people who accosted her, right?
No, as far as you know, the person in the carriage just kicked her out.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay then.
Do we know people don't come out during this time because of the fear, or is it actually illegal?
No, it's not illegal.
Fear.
It's the Gods of Lankhmar are rumored to walk the streets, and if they see you, you'll die horribly. That's the rumor, and it's enough of a rumor, or it's enough of a feeling citywide that it shuts the city down at night. And in fact, it's the only time during the year that anyone pays any attention to the Gods of Lankhmar at all. There's gods in Lankhmar. There's a whole street full of various gods from, like, say, Arth, who's the god of the wealthy patron, to all kinds of alien made-up gods, to charlatans saying this god does this or that, actual people with beast cults and spider gods and rat gods, but the actual gods of Lankhmar are supposed to be the protectors of the city, and once a year they are said to roam the streets, and this is the night of the year that they're said to roam the streets, and if people don't give them their proper respect by being out on the streets on this night, they die. So that's the story anyway.
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I accidentally copied that, pasted it.
That's okay.
Wait, how are you able to assume me?
I don't know. I accidentally copied. I accidentally like did that. I don't know how.
Huh.
I was trying to move some stuff and accidentally did that. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. I was just curious. It shows up as me, but it's your token. I don't think that matters, right? Only the
Yeah, just
purple.
pretend it's not.
The purple
Pretend it's not.
text.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Maria's all like huddled up and she's looking around all scared and stuff like that. Which way are you guys gonna go?
I believe we agreed on heading south through Carter Street until we hit Cash Street, and then we'd go west from there.
Well, I see a couple of guys who want shortcuts, so I don't know. Speak up if you want the shortcut. I think sticking to the main street is safer, but I'm not going to draw a line in the sand. I'll go whichever way.
I'm thinking the fewer that see us roaming in the streets, the better.
Like I say, I'm okay either way.
I'll
Who's
follow
who's
with
leading the way? They can set the path.
It matters
have-
not to me.
Do we have a semi-tank?
We haven't had
I
one.
think Baccae is the only thing that would be close to a tank, I think. I mean, if you guys feel strongly about going down the dark alleys, we can, but I'd prefer where if there's a surprise, we would be able to see them. I understand
True,
we'd be
we're all
prone.
carrying lanterns and stuff, so we're going to be seen regardless. So.
All right. Well, obviously the danger is missile weapons if we do the main street. So I see two folks really want to go down an alley. If that's the case, I'm okay with that. You want to do that? Sorry?
Seems to be no objections.
All right, let's go down the back alleys. Why not?
All right.
Baccae will lead the way. I'll be a little bit behind her. Unless somebody else wants. I need to be kind of in touch range if I need to do something to buffer, but that's about it.
Let's. I'll throw you guys on a map.
I would like to mention one small thing. Nohk Ka? You notice
What?
that your Nohk Ka? How do I pronounce that properly?
Nohk Ka.
Oh, Nohk Ka.
Nohk Ka. Okay.
Nohk
You
Ka,
notice that
like knocking a bow?
Nohk Ka. Okay, Nohk Ka. You notice that I believe it's a badger. You said Tettie was.
Yeah.
You notice that your badger Tettie really seems to dislike Arthur for whatever reason.
Yeah, she
Just
kind of
being near him seems to disrupt it.
she kind of shies away, and every once in a while she gives a badger hiss.
That does remind you, if you ever brush up against him, you feel almost chills go down your spine. Strangely enough.
So
Is this actual mechanics or?
It's not an actual mechanic. It's just a
Okay.
result of various traits he has.
Okay. So Badger usually just, scoots a few yards ahead of Nohk Ka normally. So she'd probably be like just.
Yeah, feel free to arrange
There.
yourselves on a map. What I'll do is, we might as well try this with light and dark vision and all that stuff. Who's carrying lights?
I believe Arthur is. I would also like to mention, when you look at his lantern, you notice that it is waterproofed. It seems that he goes out at night quite often.
Okay, so Arthur's got a lantern.
Asami does as well.
Asami has a
Yeah,
lantern as well.
I cast light on my spear.
Okay. Light spell. on Luna's spear.
Yeah. If it does matter, it's a bullseye lantern. I know that. I believe we're being cut to a maximum of 40 feet
Yeah.
of light.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
I can't. I can't fool. I've got preset kind of things stuck on here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Zed carrying any sort of light, or does he have a light spell? Or
I have dark vision, and Baccae
Okay.
has. I have low light vision, and Baccae has dark vision.
okay, cool.
For the bullseye, you can actually adjust the number on the tracker
Okay, cool.
to 40.
So I will tell everybody as we're heading out there. Baccae has a little trick she does. So don't fear this. You'll hear some ghost sounds coming from probably 25 feet away, and that's maybe to rouse out anybody since we're going down alleys. So to wherever you see a building nearby, she's going to do kind of a subtle gesture to let everybody know she's doing this, and it's a cantrip ghost sound. So like 25 feet out, just to, if anybody's trying to hide, hopefully it'll stir them.
Okay, I've unlocked your tokens.
All right, so let me move out. I'm behind her. We should probably have
Yeah.
the lady somewhere in the middle, so nobody sneaks up and puts a hood over her head.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're good to go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
Get that badger off the roof.
What's she doing up there?
Obviously, a rat is running around.
Oh, I need a.
Of course.
We're gonna do. I need a raven familiar.
A raven?
Yeah.
Is it going to be in combat right now? We can
No.
we can do that up after.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, looks like Nohk Ka is leading the way, so we'll lead again. Baccae, Baccae, Naka. And so, just constantly doing that thing.
Tettie has scent. I'm assuming. Tal?
He does, yes.
Okay, you can give me a perception check for Tettie. Okay, so Tettie, she kind of stops where she is and she starts pawing at the earth a little bit and facing the north. And then you can hear what sounds like a whistle, like a modern whistle, like a, and you can hear movement in the mist.
It's a trap.
So give everybody to a roll for initiative.
Oh boy. Can't wait to die. Have 7 hit points.
We agree to just roll not for the companions.
Yeah, let's roll for the companions. That way I don't have to adjust them all the time.
Okay.
If we're going on the same initiatives, then I have to move them around all the time in the combat tracker. Sai, are you seeing?
Yes, I'm seeing tokens. Or
Okay.
at least our tokens.
Okay,
Is
great.
someone rolling for? Oh, attractive young woman. I see. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
I see our tokens.
Heck,
I don't
she's
see anything
smarter than all
beyond
of
that
us.
because
She
it's
doesn't need
darkness.
All right, Nohk Ka.
Yeah, she's actually a Brooksa.
So Teddy has alerted you that there's perhaps somebody around that building to the north. Are you muted? Maybe.
Yeah, I am muted.
Okay.
I'm a little bit ambivalent about these solid structure and non-solid structure.
Okay,
What
so-
is Tettie standing on? Is that a line or?
That's the burned out house.
Oh, okay.
that-
It's still a structure, but no solid. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty much burned down to the ground.
Okay.
And then
And
and then it's a solid, like these are buildings in the gray. It's actually houses and stuff like that. This is like maybe half a foot or something left of the wall foundation,
Okay.
kind of thing.
okay. And then someone indicated something's going on to the north, right?
Yes, Tettie has indicated.
Oh, okay. All right. And Nohk Ka looks around without saying, points to the north. Teddy's gonna move here to try to pinpoint.
Okay, yeah. So Tettie, when she does that, this is
Oh, cool. So it seems like my effect dark vision is working. Nice.
and you see kind of around the corner, this guy. I'll give you a description of him. Let's see here. You've been in the city enough to know what a Slayer's Brotherhood thug looks like. And he looks like this guy. He's got a club in his hand, and he's kind of crouched around the corner, waiting for somebody to come around the corner. He's got a dagger at his hip. He's wearing, it looks like maybe studded leather. Maybe leather. It's hard to tell.
How's he doing with light? How is he? Does he look like he's seeing me or not?
Yeah, he can see you. You are in the light.
Okay.
You guys have locked eyes on each other.
All right. I look back and I whistle to the party.
This is most definitely an ambush.
Oh wait, so is this an initiative? I think
Yes.
we need to be locked down. I kind of move there. That's my move action, right? Continue to move.
Yeah, I'm not worried about locking down and stuff like that. You,
Okay, all right.
You know how much
So
you've moved.
Continue to move there and
Yeah, just to massage your placement between rounds.
okay, take my action there, move there, and then sense motive. Oh, I recognize one of these guys, right?
Yeah, you recognize it as a Slayer's Brotherhood thug.
All right,
And he looks like he's waiting to ambush you guys.
all right. I'm gonna take a shot. Loop. Oh, yikes!
Oh, here we go. That's a good way
all
to...
right.
Oh,
Did not confirm.
Not confirm.
That would have been fun.
First shot would have destroyed him otherwise. Still might.
Yeah.
And then that's my turn.
Okay, so the arrow draws blood, and it catches him right in the hip area. And he shouts out, "Ah!" He kind of doubles over. And we've got Tettie up next.
I passed my turn, but I didn't see the arrow next to Tettie.
I didn't see it either. Let's go back to there.
Try it again. All right.
There we go.
All right. There you go.
Maybe I didn't set it to round one.
All right. After she lets go of the arrow, she says, "God," and then Tettie. That's Tettie's cue. Tettie will run up there.
You can also have a pre-programmed kind of thing where if Tettie sees you shoot something, she'll run up to it. I'm good with that.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
She has the attack. She knows the attack unless if I. Yeah, it's situational. I don't want her to.
Okay.
I didn't teach her that to learn base. If I shoot something, just automatically attacks.
Okay.
Just for flavor and just not to get in trouble. All right. She gets up there and she takes a bite. And that misses. And Nohk Ka says, "Stick 'em." And then she takes another free attack. For that, use a hunter's trick tonight. Let's see how that works. Alright, she makes a full round attack. Oh wait, hold on. Make sure it's not a full round. It's just one attack, I believe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
It just
Tettie did take a move to get there, didn't she?
Right, she did. This is a special hunter's trick.
Ah, okay.
So she takes an attack, and then she hears Sick'em. She is going to... Sick'em is a swift action, and she makes one melee attack against an adjacent creature. Okay, she's gonna... takes another bite. Oh, man!
Oh.
She had too much to eat tonight.
All right. So she snaps at him, and with that automatic miss, he steps back 5 feet. Just a little flavor for a fumble. The
Yeah, that's good.
the woman, Maria, she cowers in fear, and she doesn't know what's going on.
Liar.
The sniper.
One more thing. The little badger is going to rage.
Okay.
Should have raged before, but oh well.
Okay.
Raged because of that miss, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. I think that's beyond the first range increment. I should have looked up what the range on this was. Didn't think it would come into play in the very first combat. Okay, yes. Okay, so this is at -2. So, as Nohk Ka focuses in on that thug, about 3 feet away, a lead pellet hits the ground and pew, bounces right by her legs.
In what direction can she tell?
Yep, give me a perception check. Somewhere across the somewhere to the west. You're not exactly sure.
You think she probably kicked that rock?
No, she knows it definitely came from the west because it continued on and rattled off that building to the east. But as whether it came from the scrub trees that have grown up in this area since the fire, or actually probably were here already, or something on the rooftop, or something ground level, it's hard for her to tell.
Hello? Are we waiting for a combat tracker again?
We are. Just shots from the darkness.
Oh, okay.
This 2 is at... I should have put the modifier in.
So I just realized this is Thug 18. That does not bode well.
They give them random numbers so you don't know how many there are.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. Wow.
One
Okay.
good turn deserves another.
Okay, so Baccae is hit with a lead pellet. Does 2 points of damage. Catches her in the shoulder. And then you hear she's with him.
We hear she's with them.
Yeah. And then this guy comes out of the darkness and he's got a club in his hand. Also, same thing from this direction. Another thug with a club in his hand. Just gets right to the edge of the light. Yep, right there. All right. Asami.
Gonna draw our dagger and check our 6 and make sure we're clear. So I'm taking the time to be extra perceptive to see if anything's coming back down the way we came.
Okay, you can definitely give me a perception check.
Yeah, making sure I'm standing next to our guest. Basically taking up the rear guard and keeping her safe as I possibly can, which isn't very safe.
Okay.
And I owe you a perception check.
Yes, please. Thank you.
It takes me. I gotta find it here. Seems clear.
Yep, the definitely. Once you get out of the radius of the lamplight, your vision only extends to about roughly here on the map. I don't know if you can see this arrow. But you don't hear anything coming from out of the fog or anything like that. And there's definitely nothing has entered the radius of the lantern.
Okay, well, I got dagger in hand, and I'm making sure things aren't going to come from behind and snag her.
Okay.
So I shout, hey, our rear looks clear.
All right.
Because as far as I'm concerned, it is, right?
Clear back.
I think I have to click the bottom. There
Yep.
we go. Well, I did click it. I don't
Yep.
know why. Okay, gotcha.
That means I'm doing some stuff. More booted, more sounds of footfall in the darkness, crossing the open area where the burned out house once was. Luna.
Luna. So it's a burned out house. So where I'm walking, that's only like a 5-foot walkway, then, right?
It's all clear. The rubble's been cleared out.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's been long enough that the people have cleared the area.
Ah.
Ooh.
I got my spear out.
Okay. So Luna, how tall does Luna grow to be?
Large.
Give us a rough idea of what that looks like.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's probably like, I don't know how big large is. 10 feet? Why not?
Okay.
or just roughly 10 feet.
What does she do to cast that spell? What does her magic look like?
What does her magic look like? What does her magic? That's a good question. It's like cursing and yelling and screaming.
Okay.
Kind of like she has Tourette's or something.
Okay. Okay, so this is this guy. The wounded thug. He is hurt bad enough that he attempts a retreat into the night. Flees around the corner. Arthur.
I have a quick question because I have honestly forgotten. Once you take your move action and you can't spend 20 feet of movement, take a standard action, and then spend 10 more feet of movement.
There's feats that allow you to do that, but
okay. So when you end your movements, okay, regardless of how much space you have.
Yeah.
Alrighty then.
There's feats as you get higher level where you can do things as you're moving, kind of thing.
Yeah, you took a feat called Spring Attack.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, considering the fact that the back is all clear, of course, as I have been told,
you can also pick a quick perception as well. Trusting Asami.
Is that gonna take like a move action or something?
No.
May as well double check before I run off, just in case.
Sure.
Where did it go? There it is. Wow, an 18.
Okay. Nothing immediate out of the alleyway.
Nothing immediate out of the alleyway?
No.
All right, I trust that. I'm going to believe that that's true then. I am going to go ahead and stride on. Let's move on. Let's move on up to here, rather. I am going to go ahead and lock my gaze onto this thug right over here, just south of me.
Okay.
And normally I do this type of spellcasting with two hands, but one of them is preoccupied, so I'm going to have to improvise it a little bit. In a bit of a contrast to Luna's spellcasting, which is, as they describe, akin to that of screaming in Tourette's, I believe is what you said. Arthur's is a bit more subtle than that, as it's a lot of basically like hands put together, or at least they would be if he had two free hands. He basically is doing like small little if you know, kind of like ASL, like a little bit, it's a sign language of like the individual letters.
Okay.
And the verbal components are mostly single syllables, like strung after the other, like dro, si, mi, va, sort of like that.
Okay.
As I'm going to go ahead and cause fear onto thug number 12 down there.
Okay.
He needs to make himself a will save, a DC of, I believe, a 19.
What you can do, I believe, is if you, I think, control click on him.
Control click.
You will you'll target him, and then if you hit the cast under the spell, let's see here. It's been a bit since I've done this. So if you open your spell up with the little magnifying glass,
and then cast,
then hit cast, it will knock it off as a cast spell, and it'll automatically do the will save.
Okay, excellent.
In theory.
It seems to be.
Failure. All right. So failure is frightened, and that's for 1d4 rounds, correct?
That is for 1d4 rounds. Let me roll that. Grand total of...
No, there's actually an effect in that spell. Just drag it over.
Just drag it on. It does the 1d4 automatically?
Okay.
But since you roll that, you might give it to him.
Yeah. What did you shoot?
It's not telling me.
Oh, it went on there automatically. Look at that.
Oh, did it? I may
Yeah,
have done it
yeah.
twice by accident. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ignore the second one. Just
Ignore
get
the
the first one.
21, so
3 rounds.
we'll get rid of that one.
Yeah. Ignore the 4-round frighten. Just give him the 3-round frighten because I believe that was the first one.
Okay.
All right. Apologies.
No, that's awesome.
And with this little bit of necromantic magic, he is now fearing for his life,
Yes,
as he
is.
should be. And I'm going to go ahead and pass my turn from there. Where is the turn complete? There we go.
There we go.
I'm learning.
Okay. I grab Buckeye's wrist, which happens to have these bands on them. Let's see, did that work? I just tried to cast mage armor on her.
Okay.
Let's try that again. Let's see.
See if that comes up automatically.
It didn't do it. So I control clicker, you said?
I think we just have to drag that effect on her.
I did. I dragged cast on her.
Okay,
And
so that's
All right, so I'll just add 4 to her armor class for now.
let's do
Just
this.
a bit.
I'll just drag it right on there for you. So let's
Okay.
Instead of doing the cast, let's see here. See how it opens
You
up to
actually
the
have to
effect?
open up the effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to open up the effect of the spell and then drag that onto.
Little magnifying glass.
Yeah, I got it open.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's
You
it?
see the little man icon?
It says
Yes.
mage armor,
Button.
AC4 armor. Yeah, just
All right,
Yeah.
so let me
Drag
drag that.
over. There you go.
there
Perfect.
we go.
Okay.
Touchdown.
That I don't see her AC changed on my sheet, but I'll assume it's good.
Yep. We'll double check if she gets attacked again.
All right. So I do that. I pull out a little, almost laughable knife that looks like maybe I stole it from a fancy kitchen, and I say to the lady behind us, "Don't worry, we've got this." And Baccae saunters down to the guy cowering
Who are
with
these
her
men?
hands
Who are
with her
these
hands
men?
out. Yeah. And when she gets there, where's the actions? There it is. Okay, so I drag this onto that figure. Did I drag it? Maybe I'm zoomed out too far. It looks like it missed. I'm guessing that is a miss.
Yeah, it is a miss. Yeah.
Okay, and then let's see. Mark done and done. Okay, I'm good.
All right. Round 2. Nohk Ka.
And then Nohk Ka will shout in the night, "Oh, come back!" She's gonna 5 foot over there. Selects that guy. And takes a shot. Oh wow, 4. Nice.
Wow.
Is that even possible?
It's the fog, man. It's the fog. The bow slips.
Dude, that's interesting. Is the fog actually mechanics in this? I guess you're waiving that, right?
Yeah, for now.
Okay. All right, no problem.
She's got dark vision anyway, right?
She's got what?
She's got dark vision, so.
She does. Usually fog kind of prevents that too, but okay. So
Concealment.
5 foot over.
5 foot shot. I think that's it. Oh,
And
you might have
then-
some Tettie stuff.
Not yet. Tettie will purge this guy because she moved over, gave him a line. She gave her a line of charge. All right, let's see. Common effects: charge attack, charge AC. And she is going to attempt to bite this guy. Give him tetanus, maybe.
Badgers. We don't need those stinking badgers.
You're letting a rabid badger into people's eating establishments.
Trying to
Why do
hide
you think
it.
her name is Tettie?
Tetanus. Oh, takes a big bite out of his shin.
And then let's see. That's good for now.
Who are these men? What is going on? Cowled Sniper 28 from his position. Let's see here. He doesn't have...
Is it Thug 12's turn?
Nope. I've got Cowled Sniper 28.
Ah, okay.
He's invisible.
Right. Yeah, he's just not visible to me.
Yeah. So he takes a shot. He's got a clean shot at Luna because she's so large and cussing up a storm. It's a frightening thing to see somebody change to go from being 5-6 feet tall to being almost 10 feet tall. Takes a shot. So much bigger that he actually hits.
It's not adding up stuff, correct?
Do you have your mage armor on?
Using a large, it decreases your dex by 2 and gives you a -1 size penalty, I believe.
Your mage armor isn't on, Luna.
Luna did have it on. I remember.
Yeah, he did say he did cast it. So let me just put that on for you. You hit the cast button, correct?
Yeah, I put the effect on me. I don't know what happened.
Okay, so it's combat standard.
Cass would just basically check the will save and stuff like that. You have to drag the effect over.
Yeah, I'll drag the effect over for you. And then we'll try that again. See if it hits or not.
Oh yeah, now my
You can drag that attack right onto her again.
Yeah, that's a miss. Okay, so it deflects off the invisible force that she has erected around herself, which saves her a nasty wound. Cowled Sniper 21. Has good line of shot on several people. He's yet to see what Arthur's party trick is, although his friend is well aware of it. But he shoots a sling bullet at Arthur. And misses. It goes high over Arthur's head and ricochets off the building behind. Thug number 12 is frightened, so he goes to run away. Baccae gets an attack of opportunity.
Right. All right. I will take that roll. I think that might do some.
Oh yeah.
Do a little bit. All right. And she just kicks him in the back, tries to knock him down, and does 6 points to him.
Okay. He barely keeps his feet as he begins to charge away into the night.
She laughs at him. Just laughs. Says something like "girly man," or guess that's not appropriate. How about I don't know, twinkle toes? She says something that is appropriate to the area, but not offensive. You get the idea.
Yeah, I'm not worried about
All
it.
right.
No harm meant. Thug number 4. He's wounded. His the bite in his leg is bad enough that he is going to withdraw. So I think I have to go in a straight line. And I can go twice my movement. Asami. Looks like these thugs are retreating.
Right, as I was preparing to do my heroic action, now we have no more enemies. And I don't think Asami would be aware of the one that sniped at Luna.
Actually, you can give me a perception check. You can see the bullet hit off of Luna, or also the other one that sniped at Arthur. Somewhere in the darkness, you can get a general direction. Other than west, you're not really sure.
Other than Wes, what is?
From the left hand side of the map.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's running away.
He didn't have a sling in hand. He had a club.
Right.
So
right.
somebody beyond
The only
him.
combatant I'm aware of is running away.
Yeah, and the other one too. The one that Arthur frightened.
Okay. Given that I am not aware of any more combatants, and I will not do what I thought I was going to do, and I would just keep extra diligence on the rear. And with
You're aware that
ready in action.
You are aware that there's two snipers in the darkness that are shooting sling bullets.
As an option, while you're still in this round,
Yeah.
you can declare a ready for action. If you see something, you can act.
If I'm aware we're still in combat, I'm going to take the action I planned.
Yeah, you're definitely still in combat. There was two slingers who have been kind of shooting from two different directions, one from the south and one from the west. And it looks like the attackers, the on foot attackers, it looks like three of them are fleeing.
Okay, well, if we're still under attack, she's going to belt out in her performance voice a statement I'm going to type in here for your humors. Just humor me for a second here. Bam. It's going to be a performance to enhance our allies and make you fight better.
Woohoo!
So this is her attempt at cheesy comedy. She's much better at it than I am. So anyway, now I need the mechanics to make this work.
Okay, so
I need to go to actions, go to Bardic Performance, Inspire Courage, right? But I got to target everybody. Is that correct?
Yeah, the easy way to target everybody, I think, is on the top of the map. You should see...
the flag.
Yeah, the flag targets all the friendly units. You just want to click that and that'll target everybody.
Oh, I guess the 91 is the badger. So I don't want to target the enemy.
Okay, so what you want to do is see up at the very top of the map where they've got like the square and then the...
Right, I clicked it. It looks like I have a bunch of people targeted.
Okay, yeah, that's it. And then you
Okay.
just want to hit the cast button for the Inspire Courage. I think I should have had one created on there. Pretty sure we did.
I think it worked. So
Yeah.
it's one round. Kill the bad guys.
Awesome. Okay, Thug 5. Thug 5 sees everybody else in retreat. And he's in the darkness. You can hear him and he goes, "Fuck! Rakunash is going to have her skins for this." And then you can hear him moving out. Moving back through the night into one of the alleys. But you heard that specifically, that name. Rakunash is going to have our skins for this. Luna.
Do if I see anything, it's I
Uh,
have low vision. I only can see like 15 feet.
I believe that's the end of the map.
yeah, that's the end of the... If you go...
Oh,
keep going, you should be able to see.
Jim, what's
Right.
your ruling for after 15? Do we get like a secondary range for kind of seeing things maybe with penalty, or still not able to see outside of our range?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
For example, dark vision 60, another 60 would be like
it ends
low
at,
light.
It ends at 60. That's my understanding of it. Unless I'm...
Dark vision ends at 60. Something like a lantern is 60, and then another 60 of dim.
Like low light, you can see in the low light part of the lantern, and then you can see it kind of doubles that. As far if I'm not, I might have this wrong. As far as I know, 60 ends at 60 for dark vision.
Yes. It's just 60, I believe.
I'm willing to extend it 60 past the light. Like into the dark, 60 feet. I'm good with that. Luna, if you move up a little bit, you should be able to see thug number 18.
Oh.
I don't know how much movement
Yeah.
you've used.
I've used, yeah. Well, I will double move to, yeah, I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
And, yeah.
That's plenty of reach. If he continues to flee, you should be able to get an attack of opportunity.
Yep.
And it is his turn, I think. And he does continue to flee. So you can take your attack of opportunity.
Okay, take this, you turkey. Oh, you're in trouble, buddy. You're in trouble, buddy.
That's a big spear, too. The spear, does the size of the spear change the damage? Well, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, yeah, it would, yeah. Make it probably 2d6 or something.
Okay. Do you want to roll that instead? See if you get a higher number than a 5?
It's a D8 normally. It'd become a D10, I believe.
Whatever. He's dying, so it don't matter.
Okay.
Seems you rolled like a good amount of damage anyway.
Yeah. So he goes down in a heap, spear in the side.
Sorry, buddy.
In an
what's it?
In an alleyway just outside of where would that be on the map here? Right here in this alleyway. He's clutching his side and dying on the campaign.
So sorry, buddy. So sorry.
All right. Arthur.
Well, considering the fact that I know I probably can't reach that. Okay, where did that archer come from? The pebble that flew by my head.
That was from the south.
From the far south.
From the south. You can make out the shadows of a building to the south.
And you said it flew over my head. Did it fly like in a downward arc, or did it fly like
downward arc? Definitely
downward. So they have higher ground than me.
More than likely.
My range isn't the greatest.
And however,
I doubt this is a 30-foot high building.
You can also actually 30 feet high is probably average. Most of the buildings in Lankhmar are between 3 and 5 stories tall. Believe it or not.
In that case, considering the fact that I am not exactly built for taking a whole lot of hits, and I disabled my main target, I'm going to double back around over here, basically assisting the. I believe her name was Misty.
Maria.
What was her name again? Maria. Right.
I like Misty better.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back alongside Maria. I'm gonna stop my movement there, and I'm going to. You can ready a steady action, right? You can just ready?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ready an action as within my fingers, my index and my middle finger, these little small bits of blackness seem to seep out as I'm preparing a little ray attack if anything approaches us.
I gotcha. Very good.
And I'm going to end my turn there. Let me go ahead and... There we go.
All right, Zed.
All right, I'm going to whisper out as kind of a harsh shout. I'm not fooling anybody with this whisper. Go to the west, get the sniper. And unfortunately, she's got kind of a mind of her own. So she's going to make a saving throw against that. Willpower. And she says no. And goes off after this guy down here.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's obstructed by those stairs, so it's not a charge. But she's going to run right up next to him and say, "Where are you going, darling?" And that will be it for me.
Okay. I don't think I got to move for him. Maybe I did. Okay. We'll do the last round tonight, and then we'll put a pin in it. This might be it anyway. Nohk Ka. Into the darkness. When you get within the 40 feet of the fog, I'll turn on stuff for you.
Sure. Let's see. She moves up there. Doesn't see anything, right?
No, doesn't see anything, but she can hear footfalls running away. And if you give me another perception check.
All right, we'll do. Quick question: Do you know if you can affect the color of my dark vision so it's actually not light?
I don't know.
Yep. Just interesting if you interested if you can find out for next session.
Yeah, I will definitely.
To be fair, this map is black and white regardless.
No, but for other people, it's not actually light. It's my dark vision.
I can't see your light.
Yeah, nobody else sees what you see.
Okay.
Everything's individual.
All right, so that's my fourth one.
Yeah, you're hot.
You don't have dark vision turned on Baccae, by the way.
That's so funny.
Okay, let's see here.
So she is gonna come there, and she's gonna say, "Shh, it's okay." That means rage is for 2 rounds now. On Tettie's turn, her rage will be off, but for now, she's gonna go there and hold an action. If she sees something, she will take a shot. Pass her turn. Ready in action. Okay. Tettie will no longer raging. And she is going to turn off her rage. No more charge.
Does she get fatigue after that?
She does.
Okay.
She is currently fatigued. And then she is going to hang out there, ready for next set of instructions.
Okay. Maria breaks down completely. She's trying to hold it together, but there's people getting shot with sling bullets, people running away into the night. She doesn't know what's going on, and she just starts crying. Her face in her hands. Her hands are shaking.
Yeah, I don't think the man next to her is helping with that.
Trying to be funny, apparently it's not working.
Okay, this guy doesn't really have a good target.
It's very
Nohk Ka thought it was funny.
I saw that.
So let's see here. Give me a perception check, Luna. Okay. With all the shouting and stuff going on, you're not really quite sure. Count sniper 21. Baccae, give me a perception check. Oh, actually, Baccae can actually see. She's got dark vision, correct?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So on the roof, she sees a sniper.
Okay. And you don't have dark vision turned on for her, so I see it.
I'm not sure how to do it exactly, but
okay.
See on the combat tracker how I have it? You can drag that over to...
Cool. Let me see here. If I can...
And then if you pick up your token and move around after that effect goes on you, you should have the dark vision activated.
Okay, let's see here. Vision 60, dark vision. I'll figure it out.
All right, no worries.
Okay. We can just turn the light on here. There we go. You see those guys okay?
I'm blinded.
I believe it is Count Sniper 21's turn. So he sees this guy in full flight. He's going to wait for Thug number 12 to run. So he's going to ready in action. He says, hold your ground. He's waiting for a clean shot. Thug number 12 runs. Baccae gets a attack of opportunity.
Going to try a non-lethal hit, so that's -4.
Okay.
So here we go. I think that hits.
That's a hit.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, so that's unconscious, I think.
Yeah. So non-lethal, so yeah, he's just knocked out.
So Thug 12
Question.
is 11, should have been. All right.
He looks directly at the guy up there in his eyes,
Okay.
so that he knows she can see him, and just smiles.
Okay, so that facilitates him making for somewhere else. Thug 4 continues to run.
I can actually turn off the light again.
Yep.
I threw the effect on Baccae.
Oh, okay,
And Baccae, if you move your token, does it work?
Nope. That's okay.
Okay.
Not a worry.
Asami.
Asami's going to assume we're group still in combat and continue our bardic performance by shouting, speaking to the bad guys.
That's awesome.
Now I just got to get it to get the effect again. I think I get everybody targeted. Boom. Hopefully that inspires you instead of, detracts you. Being kind of cheesy it is.
No, that's great. Good work, Ray.
A song with cream puff in it? Come on.
That's awesome.
And that was the performance of how well she articulated it. I know that doesn't mean anything stat-wise. I tried to roll it. It didn't roll. 1 second. This is her performing it better than I could ever do it.
You don't have to roll. I think you just have to...
Yeah, no, you don't. It's for flavor. It's not
okay.
for stat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I got you.
this is how well she's reciting
All
the
right.
line.
A little bit of ACDC in there. I can live with it.
That's awesome. Made the DM laugh. Thug 5. Luna, you got a thug bleeding out in front of you.
Okay.
You think you might hear... Actually, no, you didn't because you rolled a 1 or something. You rolled pretty low.
Let's go there and take a look around.
This is the alleyway goes... Let's see here. The alleyway goes like this.
Oh, so I'll just go down the alley then.
Okay. So if you continue, up the alley, it goes out onto what's the name of the street? It's the Street of Thinkers, Atheist Avenue. And all seems clear out there.
Okay.
Like 18. Is, I believe. Yep. Okay. So we'll call Thug 18 as a getaway. Arthur.
I am trying to add blinded to one of my effects, and I don't know how to do that. I have a touch attack that lets me do that, and I'm trying to figure out how to do that, and I don't know how to make it.
Let me have a look here. I thought we had it on there.
My touch attack of blinding ray.
Yeah, I think.
Don't know how to apply that.
Yeah, I would
add
just drag it onto the.
Is that a spell?
Yeah,
It's not.
Does
a
it have
spell,
any
it's one of
it's there's no save for it.
It's a
just
ranged touch attack.
Ranged touch attack.
Okay. Yeah, and then there's no effect built for it?
I'll build one for it.
Okay.
I thought.
Yeah, I don't know
thought
how
I
to
had
make
one.
all of that. I don't know how to
You
make all of
basically
that
make it
work.
like a spell anyway because it needs to have a ranged touch attack, right? Or something like that?
It's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to do
Yeah.
the effect.
It's
Okay.
already on there. It just has. I just don't know how to add the effect. Oh well.
Add
Probably not
spell
going to be using it
action.
for a while, so it should be fine.
Add effect. Yeah, I think I just type in blindness.
Where do you type that in? I'm trying to figure out how to do this myself.
When you're in a spell,
Yep.
under each spell you can where under the attack you can right click and there should be an arrow at the
Add
3
spell
o'clock,
action. Add spell
and then you
action.
add. There's different options. You add effects,
Okay.
and then it's
Now
just a
I-
matter of learning what the effects, how it's written.
Okay. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, you gotta.
In that case. Okay, now I get it. All right. I see no other attackers coming from the east. Correct? I do
No.
not sense anything.
No.
Well, it'd be ill-advised for me to run out there because I can't exactly rush over and get to the other sniper. So I guess I better just stick around here and continue holding that action.
Okay.
Her name was Maria.
Yes.
Arthur is going to just ask her, "Why are you so afraid?"
What's going on? Who are these
Small
men?
brawl. It's a small brawl, but you'll be fine. We'll make sure of that.
She's in a panic.
Arthur seems almost a little confused by her panicked behavior.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and end my turn with that.
Okay.
I don't exactly think I should run into the thick of it. At least not until they abandon their positions and get into a better place for me to strike.
Okay. Zed. Zed and Baccae.
All right, I'm going to use a little bit of diplomacy on her to try and reduce her panic.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
Yes.
like, we got this. We got this. We got
Thank
rabid
you.
hamster. We got a giant running out there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and Baccae, how big is this guy that she knocked out?
He's just, how big is he? He's probably about
Weight wise.
probably about 5'10", 170 maybe.
Okay, and I don't see the guy south of me, right?
You know he's running along the roof. You think
That's fine.
you think he might be making for the alley on the other side?
So he's 170. Let me just look.
The
He
roof
says
at-
strength is 16.
the main roof here is 25 feet, and the roof beside it, the smaller 4x3 or 5x4, is 25 feet tall.
That's fine. He grabs this guy. Fireman carries him. And because it's a heavy load, because of his weight, she'll do a double move to 30 feet, which brings it to here, dragging him with her.
Okay. I'll move him along.
so-
Awesome.
And that's it for us.
All right. Let's I think that's going to be the end of the combat. I think everybody else is either dying or they're going to get away by the looks of things. So we'll put a pin in it here. And good job, guys. Good session 1.
Yep. So
Yeah,
we've
cool.
got somebody we can interrogate later. If somebody has some rope or something, we can just drag them along.
We also have at our disposal Discord in between sessions. A lot of the good roleplay stuff comes up on in between. You know, you could do the interrogation on there, and you learn what these guys know and stuff like that, and then we're ready to jump in when we get going in 2 weeks.
All right. Well, I'm on vacation next week, so I'll be limited availability, but I'll be available after that.
Okay, awesome. Everybody's good for the 21st?
Yes.
Or are you on vacation for that one?
No, I'm because of my job. We have heavy Q4 stuff.
Yeah.
I got to get some contracts in, but I am 12th through the 16th, and then I'm back at the house trying to pull into your business. So we're good.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, I'll see everybody on the 21st, hopefully, and good start.
All right. Perfect. Then thanks. It was a lot of fun.
All right, great. Glad you
All
enjoyed
right.
it.
Have a great night, everybody.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Yep. Take care.
Bye.
Night, guys.
It was a fun session. I enjoyed that.
Thank you. That was I enjoyed your roleplay. You were very good.
Didn't say a whole ton, but I'm sure that in time, in a few sessions, I'll find I'll be able to like ground myself into the setting a lot better and be able to open up a lot more.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed you guys tonight. That was fun.
I do enjoy using my tactics on enemies.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
That's-
Always a joy.
Definitely. It's part of the fun. I like a good tactical combat as much as anyone.
Mm-hmm.
I like to get one in early too. Just to
Though my spell choice may be limited, the spells I pick, I make sure they're effective.
Yep.
So yeah, I will in time actually hand over the backstory I had in mind, and then refine it with you and like fix some details of it.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll get some proper common nouns and stuff like that, you know, locations and histories and that kind of stuff based on the setting. You just give me the rough, okay, I did this for a while, I did that for a while, and then we'll fill in the details together.
Yeah.
You know, we'll put names to things.
Already got XP.
Yeah, already have XP. You're on your way.
Where does it show that on our character sheets?
On your character sheet, if you on the main tab, you see where it says your class with the little magnifying glass. If you
I
click-
have to click the.
You click
expand
on that,
out.
it should have
Okay.
your yep.
Well, it says I need
Also,
0.
how are we
Okay,
doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I need 0. I leveled up.
It's actually 2,000.
Anyway,
I got to fill all that. in.
I was about to ask, is it going to be medium?
Yeah, we're gonna do medium.
totals? All right, I'm going to go ahead and set it to 2000 then.
Okay, cool.
There we go. Excellent. I don't often do XP level ups, so this is interesting.
Oh, cool. It's neat. That's a great thing about Fantasy Grounds, is I just drag the encounter, and then hit award, and does all the experience points for me.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's all the automation is fabulous. It makes running a game so much easier. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
noticed.
having to put it all in at the start it's a little work intensive, but
Yeah, I do appreciate some automation. It is nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, that was fun. Well done.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You did a great job, guys. I appreciate your game. It was nice.
All right, that is good to hear. I will go ahead and inform you why Arthur is the way he is in due time.
Cool. You can keep it as mysterious or let me in on all the secrets, whatever you want to do.
I feel like if you keep it a secret from the DM, it doesn't actually exist
Yeah, that's true.
because the DM is the world.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I feel that you should know. If for nothing else, then for some context into Arthur's life.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense.
So we're going with every other week.
Yeah, we're
correct?
going bi-weekly.
Gotcha.
Yeah, bi-weekly.
It
2
might.
sessions a month.
It might. I'm not. I haven't looked ahead into.
No, not 2 sessions a month. I'm dumb. It's
2 sessions a month, basically.
For some reason I was thinking no, it's 3 weeks. I'm thinking of 10 days because I got used to that system.
Sometimes 3. I haven't looked ahead into December, so I'm not sure how the holidays will be affected by it. But looks maybe the 5th and the 19th, and then into January. Maybe not till January. We might not have a holiday day. So I think we're in decent shape for every couple of
Yeah.
weeks.
The Mondays of December are 19 and 26. The Christmas is on Sunday.
The 5th and the 19th I've got here. Yeah.
The 5th, the 12th, the 19th,
The
26th.
5th and the
Yeah.
19th. Yeah. And then the 2nd of January. Yeah, I think we're in decent shape. Sometimes you have a year where everything falls on your game night, and it's...
Yeah,
it
happens.
You guys are okay for Thanksgiving? It's the week of Thanksgiving, the next session. But it's the
I should be.
Monday. Okay.
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, terrific. All right, fellas, we're going to go eat a burrito. Thanks very much. I appreciate appreciate the game.
Yep. Take care.
Night, everybody.
Hold on, what is he referred to as? That thug down there? Cowled something?
Let's see, what do I have? Cowled.
I see snit and I think of sniveling, like cowering.
A cowed sniper.
Ah, cowled sniper. Okay.
Yes.
Very different thing than what I was thinking. Especially since he has not faced Arthur. Which is good, because he might one-shot Arthur. Which is partially why I did not want to get too close to these people. If I don't have to, but unfortunately everything I have is close range. That will end in due time.
Oh, that's cool. All right, Si. Well, thank you very much, and I will talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you the next time we talk, rather. I don't know when, but probably at some point.
Okay, excellent.